G'day guys and welcome back to another episode of Pete's Gold Adventures. Well, today we have a workshop edition. Something a little bit different though. I've been given the opportunity to review another laser. And here it is. It's the AlgoLaser Pixi. Yes, it's an algo. Not the sort of algo you're thinking of, but yes, an AlgoLaser Pixi. Now this is a 10 watt laser and seriously, it fits in the palm of your hand. So basically you could take this anywhere to engrave anything at any time. Now it's actually quite happy to have a crack at this one. Now look, seriously, this would make an awesome gift for anybody. Basically they're rated for 11 years and up, although a 7-year-old's probably more experienced using one of these than myself. So this would be an awesome gift. And at the moment they have great sales on. So do jump across and check out their website for great bargains basically, because this is not worth a huge amount of money for what you get. It's a great little machine and it's all in one. So guys, before we get stuck into all the technical and not so technical stuff of this little algo laser, let's just wind the clock back a bit and have a look at how it comes packaged. Alrighty guys, so this is how your little AlgoLaser Pixi will be sent here. So yes, just comes in a box just like this with a lot of tape on it. So yeah, let's get it open and see what we have inside. A nice thank you card. How cool is that? And we have the quick start guide. Now, I believe this is the top cover for the little algo laser itself. So we'll get it out and we'll have a look. Okay, so it comes with this nice little stylus pen. Alrighty, so let's see how well packed these things are. Okie dokie, so we've got another little package here. Righto. Some little tags engraved, so that's pretty cool. Some little love heart ones there. We might be able to do something with that. That's pretty cool. Very nice. Now I did ask these guys if they had some gear for me to test on, and they have come through with the goods. Okay, so now we're getting down to the nitty gritty bits. This is actually stuff for the laser itself. Little cleaning brush. Now this pretty cool little hammer. This is actually not a hammer. This is actually for setting the height of the laser. So we will very much be needing that. So this is probably the stuff that comes with the laser itself. So yeah, it's a little bit of birch ply. So that'd be pretty cool to test with. And that does look like a little bit of plastic, probably some sort of an acrylic, I'd say. Little Allen key and a little C-type adapter to USB. Okay, so let's get this little Pixi out of the box. Yes, well, it doesn't weigh much. Very well packed, I'll give them that. Here we go. Our ventilation pipe. Extendable and bendable adapter for extendable bendable pipe. Our power supply. Okay, also in our extendable bendable pipe, we have our USB-C cable. So yeah, that is so you connect your computer to the little algo laser. That looks like our little laser's cover. I'll have to fit that one. Okie dokie, so yes, one little cover. Got my little grubby fingerprints all over it already. So we'll just pull the paper backing off. So that will basically sit down in there. Pull that little plastic cover off of there. So we've got a little bit more protective plastic on our little guard. Alrighty, so I've taken the protecting cover off, the protective cover. So yes, that basically just clicks on there, magnetic. So that's pretty cool. So we've got these little metal dimples there. They just line up and it clicks into place. So little added extra protection from the laser. Okay, so if we spin the little Pixi around, now look at this, how neat is this? This is actually called a focal gauge, not a little hammer. It's got its own little holder there on the back, so that's pretty neat. Now for the ventilation hose, I did find it easier to wind it into the adapter first, because you've got to extend it a little bit and then wind it in, and it goes in quite easily. And then we just line up the slots, give it a twist, all locked in, so yeah. Now, a little bendy pipe can be ran off if you've got a ventilation machine, or yeah, be able to run it out a window or something, or extend it onto something just to get the smell away, because these do create a little bit of a burning smell. Alrighty guys, so let's fire up the little Pixi. Now, I have already done the initial startup, so I've done that up at the house because I'm down in the workshop. I don't have great Wi-Fi down here. So what it does ask you to do is connect it to Wi-Fi. It'll ask you to put in a pin if you don't want little tiny kids sort of jumping on and having a crack without you being around. And also it will do its OS updates. So it'll run through that. It takes a few minutes to fire it all up, but once you've done that, she's ready to go and you can start sort of scrolling through the menu. Anyway, let's fire it up. Give that a flick. There we go, it's just running through its little OS. But yeah, seriously guys, if you wanted a little side business or something like that, this would be awesome. But yeah, or just for your little DIY home enthusiast. So yes, an adult or a young child basically. It's recommended for over the ages of 7, but yeah, it would be a sensational little gift for Christmas. Anyway, I've got to put in my passcode. And there we go. So we bang in the passcode and we're ready to go. So this is the screen. I'll tell you what, I've had to scroll through and there's a lot going on. But yeah, it's quite crazy. I go to the projects. That's example 160 of 160 projects. So we tap on that. Now, there is a lot of projects. So if you start scrolling through, it is just, well, not endless, but there is a lot. And I've sort of scrolled through a lot and had a bit of a look. But yeah, all these guys here, all pre-programmed in the machine, ready to go. Look, it's coming up to Christmas. Got some nice Christmas decorations. So yeah, get yourself some 3mm plywood and start just cutting out all these little decorations. They're pretty cool. So this is what I mean. This is an all-in-one unit. You can seriously take it anywhere. All you got to do is have a power supply and away you go. I was mucking around before. Of course, Pete's Gold Adventures logo. So yeah, we'll have a crack at cutting one of those out, or we might actually engrave it into one of these little keychains they were kindly enough to give me. And this is more pre-programmed stuff that they have already on the machine, so yeah. And this has actually got a cool little feature. So you can actually invert the color. So you can have this little guy like this, or it looks like a bit of a negative sort of thing like you'd have on the old cameras. Yeah, pretty cool. Nice little feature. Alright, yeah, so one feature this has, Algo Sketch. You can actually draw your own pictures. I'll tell you what though, I tried it, I wasn't very good. But yes, on the other end of the stylus, you actually pull the little cap off and it's got this little doohickey. This little plate. So yeah, it sort of makes it a bit easier. Here we go. I'll draw a bit of a giraffe. Bit of a happy smile on his face. So there you go. You can actually engrave that. I'm not sure I will because it's pretty horrifying looking. But yeah, if you want to take the time and you can draw, yeah, have a crack. That's not a bad little feature. Alrighty guys, so Algo type. You can actually type in whatever you like. Give it a double tap. Brings up the keyboard. That looks a bit better. And it's a little bit misaligned, so I'll pop back up the top here. Give that a tick. Alright, so I'm going to put it on one of those key tags. So I believe that font will be too big. So we hit the 36, 24. I reckon that'll be about right. Hit next. So we're going to go on a birch plywood. Well, it's already up there. It's not birch plywood. So basically this is where we go into it and change all our materials. So we've got bass plywood, eucalypt plywood, pine board. Now, as I was saying, those are beech. I'm not so sure beech will be in here. So we've got cherry wood, walnut. Now we've got all the acrylics. Got the white cardboard. We've got leather. You can engrave onto leather, so that's pretty cool. And any coloured paper, rubber, bamboo, epoxy enamel. It's all here. Dry leaves. You can actually engrave onto a dry leaf, so that's pretty cool. Or stainless steel. Now I believe it might change colour with that one. So yeah, unfortunately I haven't got any stainless, but I do have some coated metal that they gave me, so I'll have to give that a crack. Look, I'm going to go with cherry. That's quite similar. Okay, now this is the darkness. Now how dark do you want it? It will set it all for you. So basically at this it's at 40%, speed is 6,000. Let's go about there. So we've cranked it up. Speed, so it's slowed down, so it's going to burn deeper. And the power is now at 80%. So we want a fairly good burn, I reckon, for this. So let's even go to there. 5.3, 100%. So yeah, that's going to do a fairly deep burn into this timber. We'll just confirm that. We'll get our workpiece, so we're just going to do it on one of these little keychains. We'll sort of plonk that under there. Get a little focal tool. We're going to wind our laser up. Okay, so we just want that nice slide under there. Beautiful. Ready to go. Okay, so we'll put our little cover back on. Now what we're going to do, we're going to frame it. So we're going to make sure it's in the right position. So we'll hit our little frame button. You can see the little blue light going around. Well, that needs to go up that way a bit. Just making sure we've got it in the middle. So it's got to come down here a bit. Rightio, so I'm pretty happy that that's in the middle. Now I have not done one of these. This is a first attempt, so hopefully it works out quite well. But let's hit the start button and see how it goes. So we'll just put our little cover back on the top. We'll drop our screen down. Simply without that it won't work. And we hit start. Rightio, so that is finished, so we'll hit the finish button. Now, if you wanted to repeat that, it's got a repeat button up there so you can go again. Anyway, how did we go? I tell you what, I am impressed. That is pretty cool. I've just about nailed that. I think she's slightly off. A little tinsy wincy bit too high. There we go. Give that a little clean up. Give it a little bit of oil and that would be beautiful. Nice and preserved. Straight onto the keychain. So I'm super happy with that. So seriously guys, if you did have your own little market garden stand or your little Sunday market stand, this would be awesome. You could actually have people come up, order what they like. You can engrave it, they come back in 10 minutes, she's all done. But yeah, and look, seriously, safety. I tried doing it with a bigger bit of board earlier. Without this screen fully down, so here it comes down. Without that being fully down, it does not start. Because this is, look, it's a class 1 laser, so you don't want to be going sticking fingers under there. So basically with that guard, it's safe for the whole family to have a crack. So good times. Also another cool little feature, she's got a bit of a drag and drop sort of. I just had it at the front edge because it was quite simple to do, but as I do that, the laser follows. So I drag it over to the right, laser chases it over. Alrighty guys, I'm going to cut out one of those Christmas decorations. I'm going to do it out of the white card. Now it's actually about 3mm thick, so it should get through that quite easily. Alrighty, so the laser is going to be at 10 watts. It's going to take 10 minutes to cut out. It's 72 by 88. It's going to be a 3mm plywood. Now I'm going to put in white card, so it will go through that quite simply. Alrighty, so that is framed. I have set my height with a little focal tool. Hit start. So as it's doing its thing, we are 85% of the way through. Now look, it's just not limited to its own library. Through its USB-C port, you can actually connect it to your computer and run programs like Lightburn. So yeah, your creation basically is endless. The Pixi has its own app. So yes, you can download the app onto your phone and yeah, use your creativity through that as well. And also guys, whilst it is cutting, it does have a reversible base. It is a V-shaped base. It's underneath the grid board. But yeah, you've got to undo a few screws to flip it over. So that would improve your cutting. But yes, you do have to undo the screws to flip it over to use it. So yeah, possibly a little honeycomb cutting board would be the go. But anyway, this is finished. So let's see how we went. Well, here it is. And I'll tell you, not too bad. So we're going to use our little Allen key that the Pixi came with, and we'll just poke out all these pieces. There we have it, guys. It's cutting capability. So yeah, just in time for Christmas, you could be cutting out your own Christmas decorations. So that's pretty cool. I like it. So I've just turned it off for one moment. I'll show you another thing. It's height adjustable. So we've got 4 set screws here in the back. What you can actually do is slide the whole unit up. But as you can see, it's a lot higher. So if you were to put something in that was a lot higher, you can. This can actually still keep going up even higher again. But yeah, we've raised it up about 50 mil. So you can actually get rotary tools for doing round objects, all kinds of things like that for these guys. So yeah, very nifty little feature, I must say. Well guys, I wanted to see how to go on these little tags they sent me. Now I just set on coated metals, put Jaffa in, which is my golden retriever's name, made the font as small as it could go. There we go, full power, Jaffa. Yeah, not very big at all, that little tag. Very pleased with that, that is awesome. So yeah, just another thing you could do if you had your little side hustle at the flea market, or night market, Sunday market, any market. Yeah, you could just smash out, who knows, anything really. So on these anodized or metal coated tags, there you go. That is awesome. Well, there is just a few things this AlgoLaser Pixi can do. So yeah, showed a bit of its cutting capabilities, engraving on wood or metal. But yeah, it can, like I said earlier, it can engrave on leather, leaves of all things, acrylics, plastics. Seriously, you have so many options, so much creativity. It's unlimited. It's awesome. Well guys, there we have it, the AlgoLaser Pixi. Seriously, I'm going to have a lot of fun with this. I've got like all my medals from athletics and all kinds of things that I haven't engraved, and now I know I can. So yeah, there'll be many hours of good fun doing this. So check out the links in the description for their website. Check them out, guys. Like I said, awesome little gift for Christmas, whether for the kids or the adults. I'm sure everyone will have a great time playing with the AlgoLaser Pixi. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Pete's Gold Adventures Workshop Edition, and we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.